Breaking news for Sassa grant recipients. Critical updates affecting seniors and pensioners are coming into effect from July 1st. In this comprehensive video, we'll break down everything you need to know about the latest Sassa grant changes, payment dates, and essential requirements. Don't miss this vital information that could affect your benefits. Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest news and information. Today's video is absolutely crucial for all Sassa grant beneficiaries, especially seniors and pensioners. We are going to cover some major changes coming into effect from July 1st, and I want to make sure you have all the information you need to maintain your benefits without any interruptions. First and foremost, let's address the most pressing concern that many of you have been asking about, the upcoming payment schedule and verification requirements. Sassa has recently announced significant modifications to their payment system, which will directly impact how and when seniors and pensioners receive their grants. This change is part of Sassa's ongoing efforts to improve service delivery and reduce fraud in the system. Starting July 1st, all Sassa grant recipients, particularly those receiving the older person's grant, will need to ensure the information is up to date in the system. This includes verifying your current residential address, contact information, and banking details. We've received numerous reports of beneficiaries experiencing payment delays due to outdated information, so this verification process is absolutely crucial. For those of you who collect your grants at post offices or Sassa Pay points, there's an important change you need to be aware of. The payment schedule is being restructured to reduce crowding and improve social distancing measures. Under the new system, payment dates will be staggered based on the last digit of your ID number. This is a permanent change that aims to make the collection process more efficient and safer for everyone, especially our senior citizens. Let's break down the new payment schedule in detail. If your ID number ends in 0 or 1, you'll be able to collect your grant on the first Wednesday of each month. Those with ID numbers ending in 2 or 3 will collect on the second Wednesday, 4 or 5 on the third Wednesday, and so on. This new system will help reduce waiting times and ensure a more organized distribution process. Another crucial update concerns the proof of life verification process. Sassa is implementing stricter measures to ensure that grants are reaching the intended beneficiaries. Starting July 1st, all pensioners will be required to complete a new biometric verification process. This means you'll need to visit your nearest Sassa office or designated verification point to confirm your identity through fingerprint scanning and facial recognition. We understand that this might seem overwhelming, especially for our elderly beneficiaries who may have mobility issues. However, Sassa has assured us that they will make special arrangements for those who are unable to travel to verification points. Home visits can be arranged for bedridden beneficiaries or those with severe mobility limitations. To request this service, you'll need to contact your local Sassa office and provide medical proof of your condition. Now, let's talk about the grant amounts and recent adjustments. The government has announced a cost of living adjustment that will be implemented alongside these changes. The older person's grant will see an increase to help beneficiaries cope with rising living costs. This adjustment takes into account the current economic conditions and aims to provide better support for our senior citizens. For those who receive their grants through bank accounts, there are some important banking-related updates you need to know about. Sassa is working with various banks to reduce or eliminate transaction fees for grant recipients. This initiative aims to ensure that beneficiaries receive the full amount of their grants without being burdened by excessive bank charges. It's also crucial to address the issue of fraud prevention. Sassa has reported an increase in scam attempts targeting grant beneficiaries, particularly seniors. Remember that Sassa will never ask for your PIN or password through phone calls, SMS, or emails. Be extremely cautious of anyone requesting your personal information or promising to increase your grant amount for a fee. These are scams, and you should report such incidents immediately to Sassa's fraud hotline. For those who have additional income or receive support from family members, there are new guidelines regarding means testing. Sassa has revised the income thresholds that determine grant eligibility. It's important to declare any additional income or changes in your financial situation to avoid any complications with your grant payments. The application and renewal processes are also being streamlined. For existing beneficiaries, Sassa is introducing an online renewal system that will make it easier to maintain your grant status. However, this system will be rolled out gradually, and traditional in-person renewals will still be available for those who prefer this method or don't have access to digital platforms. Healthcare-related benefits attached to your Sassa grant are also being enhanced. All grant recipients will continue to receive free public healthcare services, but there are new provisions being added to improve access to specialized care for seniors. This includes priority treatment at public health facilities and expanded coverage for chronic medication. For those caring for elderly grant recipients, there are new guidelines regarding proxy collections. If you're unable to collect your grant personally and need someone else to do it on your behalf, you'll need to follow the updated authorization process. This includes providing new forms of documentation and updating the proxy information more frequently to prevent fraudulent collections. Let's also discuss the appeal process for those who might face challenges with their grants. Sassa has established a new appeal system for cases where grants are suspended or terminated. It's crucial to understand these procedures so you can act quickly if you encounter any issues with your grant payments. Transportation support is another area that's seeing changes. Sassa is working with local authorities to improve accessibility to pay points and Sassa offices. Some regions will be introducing dedicated transport services for elderly grant recipients, especially in rural areas where access to collection points can be challenging. For those who haven't yet switched to electronic payments, Sassa is strongly encouraging the transition to bank accounts or the Sassa card system. This shift will help reduce the risk of theft and ensure more reliable payment delivery. However, it's important to note that no one will be forced to change their payment method if they're not comfortable doing so. Community outreach programs are being expanded to better support grant recipients. Sassa will be conducting more regular information sessions in local communities to help beneficiaries understand their rights and responsibilities. These sessions will also provide guidance on available support services and how to access them. If you're caring for dependent children while receiving an older person's grant, there are specific provisions you need to be aware of. Sassa has updated its policies regarding multiple grant recipients within the same household, and these changes could affect your total benefit amount. The verification of life status is becoming more streamlined through integration with home affairs systems. However, it's still crucial to ensure that your documentation is up to date. This includes having a valid ID document and ensuring that your personal information matches across all government systems. For those receiving additional support through other government programs, there are new guidelines about how these benefits interact with your Sassa grant. It's important to declare all forms of assistance you receive to ensure compliance with the updated regulations. Before we wrap up this video, let's quickly recap the most urgent actions you need to take before July 1st. Verify your personal information, check your payment method preferences, update your life status if required, and ensure all your documentation is current. Remember, failing to complete these requirements could result in payment delays or suspension of benefits. We understand that these changes can seem overwhelming, but they're designed to improve the service and security of your grant payments. If you need any clarification or have specific questions about how these changes affect you, please leave a comment below, and we'll do our best to help.